utility to work with. Actually, I'm going for the scout here. He is a pretty strong scout player. We see that from time to time. Could potentially be interesting. Going for the scout here. He is a pretty strong scout player. We see that from time to time. Could potentially be interesting for the early peek, but actually he decides against it. Peeks out towards long instead.
Amnek, he's posted up out towards long with that scout. He does have Nexa for a bit of support closer range with the MP9. This could be a setup that actually catches out Complexity here. If Nexa is able to find a quick couple of kills of his teammate taking the fire, he will. His teammate does fall, but a 2-1 trade is good for the G2 side. Nexa's able to hold down towards long, but still got plenty S in towards Toad for Famas, who's able again to go and get a kill, but only a 1-for-1. It's still G2 who have themselves an advantage. Complexity, if they open the AK, they can try and win this now. So up towards Connector is a bit of a battle as BlameF secures one. Jax will trade out and leaves it just up towards Poison, but the kill comes through, and now 1v1. Can Poison close this one down? He's going to smoke off towards Heaven. Next is already rotating in, but he's coming through the underpass. We're deploying Molotov to hold him back. Nexa is going to run through it. Oh, a cheeky push from Nexa. Poison, he held the angle for a moment, but didn't think to hold it for much longer. He wanted to go for the bomb plant. Nexa, 3k for him as he fights back, keeps G2 in this one.
There you have it. Look at this from Nexa. Gets the first two. Great setup at that long position, as you pointed out. Amanek just holding by a tree with that scout, drawing aggro, if you will. And Nexa up close and personal with that SMG. G2, they're not quite out of this one yet. A lot of damage dealt towards Complexity early on with nades. The Glock train. More damage. No damage dealt towards G2 just yet. Amanek, Hunter, Kenny S. They shut it down like it was absolutely nothing.
Well, that was just a shooting gallery, wasn't it? A 12th comes through for G2 as they stay alive a little bit further now. And Complexity, that timeout hasn't worked out too well for them. They're left still on that 15 scoreline. This is their map pick, so we'll be hoping they can pick it up. G2, as we were talking earlier on about the potential of G2 having worked on this map to let it go through based on their recent results on it. And they certainly look pretty decent on it at the moment. 12 to 15, they've given Complexity a run for their money. That's Complexity. Looks like they're just going to go for a B hit here as the utility rains down in. And now the Kenny that does quite a lot of damage towards those players as they push forward. But Jax is lucky that Rush doesn't commit to the fight, and Jax able to get two from that position. Hunter swings out as well to find one, and then all these Complexity players are being hit hard. Only BlameF who remains, and Nectar's just going to nail him through the smoke. 13 is getting ever so close here for Complexity.
I'm not entirely sure what to say about that round. Beautiful stuff there from Jax, but he was only really capable of doing so because his opponent didn't commit to the peak. If you check the angle, make sure you actually check the angle.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He went for the, you know when you're playing with randoms, and you ask, did anyone check, and someone says yes, but no one actually checked it? That's kind of what he went for there.
Yeah.
Amanek first again the double up setup here for G2. Kenny gets taken down. Rush living up to his name.
I mean, Complexity, a couple of weapons found and a few kills found. Nato on the up. He's going to be able to pick up one, and Hunter's low HP, trying to fend off players from both angles. G2, they're crumbling in the final round here. It was against Pistols and Complexity. They've been able to salvage themselves a 3-on-1, salvage weapons, double AWPs, an AK for BlameF. It's all up towards Jax, but they don't have armor. That is his saving grace here. He has a Molotov and a flashbang to use. 50 or 45 seconds on the clock as they're going to get that bomb planted. Nato going to get that one down. Jax now has to try and clutch this one out. 13 kills to his name so far. He needs to find a few more here. That nade is absolutely perfect. It tagged him down by 40, and he's now left with a little bit less HP, but the same task to achieve. And he tries to get the fight on BlameF. Will win it out. Looks for a little bit more as he Molotovs over towards the truck. There's nobody there. They're both playing over towards this toilet position, towards the short position, and Config with the AWP will finish it off. It is going to be 16 to 13.
Just into new.
Yeah. Also, just a funny thing. Fnatic versus overtime on Vertigo as well.
Oh my god! So, I love it.
We've got two of the same game here. Let's see if Complexity they can find a second round as Hunter. Playing around the smoke. It's actually allowed Config to go all the way through the Ivy position, but misses the chance to get that quick kill. He's going to come back through the smoke, and actually a bit of damage done alerts Hunter to his presence in the smoke phase, though Config, he still gets the kill. Of course he does. He's not doing too shabby either this game. He sits on 24 kills. But G2, they still have 4 players alive and still the chance to try and bring this one back, but Complexity are looking ready to find 17. Complexity. They will head in towards that B site now as G2. They're going to have to rotate over. Nexa puts up a good hold to begin with, though. Config is getting lost inside of the smoke, and he tries to jump up. Kenny S, a quick shot will annihilate him. And now, Complexity, they've lost that advantage, but with the bomb planted, they can now take up defensive positions. Amanek coming in from the backlines, though. Is he going to be able to find a cheeky kill here? BlameF may be visible, maybe a potential frag for Amanek, but BlameF, he's watching for it. He's going to get taken down, though, by Jets and Poison with 2. Amanek now swings in from that backline position to take down Poison. Rush has been able to deal with Amanek's teammate, leaving it in a 1 versus 1. Rush with just 17 points of health. Amanek has a kit. He's just going to stick it, but it gets pushed off it by Rush, and will just about have enough time to get the kill and get the defuse. No, he won't. It just about goes the way of Complexity at the end there, as Rush waits just enough time off the clock to pull Amanek off it and give his team the round. It was the slimmest of margins there.
It's absolute ridiculousness, man. I love every second of this game. It's beautiful. Beautiful. 17 to 16. Yeah, same, man. This can go on forever, and I'll be alright with it.
Sure, the teams won't be.
It's gonna be a long day if they continue like this, that's for certain.
Yeah, but now, G2, they take that, not the T side, the side that both of these teams have been looking very strong on. So, they'll be glad they got 1 round. They've kept Complexity off match point for the time being, but down around still, they now need to try and fight back. And it's going to require all 3 rounds for G2 in this second half of OT to close out the game here. Config. That's a nice double. Make it a triple from him. NES eventually shuts him down, but the nades, the utility, it's very good for the Complexity side as they look to find 18, and the chances of G2 finding the 3-0 in this half are looking very slim now as they sit in a 2 versus 4 of a collective 26 HP. It's difficult to say the least here. Config close by, already 3 kills to his aim, looking for more. There's a 4. Only 1 more to find. Kenny S, the last player alive.
Get it, boy.
With to him. Okay, never mind.
Aww.
Kenny will eventually shut Config out of the round. Disappointment. He's just a natural at taking aces away from people. His team or the enemy.
It's true.
But certainly, work his way in towards the A site. Rush from the sandbags. That was always going to be his kill. Complexity to 18, and they are on the cusp now of taking this series 2-0 against G2.
That's absolutely insane, considering that the first half ended up 11-4 in the favor of G2, and going into this one, we even discussed how G2 had a real good chance of taking a victory here on Vertigo, and if they managed to do so, would actually have a real good chance of taking the victory on Nuke, thus resulting in a reverse sweep against Complexity. But now Complexity, they managed to bring it back in the second half, push it into OT, and now one round away from shutting it down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he said G2 had a very good chance of Vertigo, and he did have a very good chance of Vertigo. The 11-4 up in the first half. So though he finds an opening, Hunter upon as well. G2, they're staying alive in this one. For how much longer?
That helps.
Yeah. And it's all up towards Config. 1 versus 3. Being pushed by Kenny S. That's a quick shot. G2, 17 on the board. 1 away in the final round of OT.
Take a quick note of the kills here on the players. So we had Blame F pulling his weight and the rest of the team for that second half. He was the only one who had numbers in first half. He was keeping those numbers up for the second half. Now it's Config at the very top of the scoreboard on 30. He's been hitting some crazy shots these last couple of rounds, and that's definitely helped him out. But everyone is pulling their weight on both sides of the aisle. No one is willing to let this one slip. All doing every single thing, everything possible to try and pull out a victory here on Vertigo. Complexity, they just need one more round. G2, they need one more round to push it into yet another overtime.
Blame F. He's positioned over behind this pillar. Is a flashbang going to touch him? Yes, it is. Poison, though, has found the opening, and Jax pushing close. That's an easy kill for Blame F. The free K from the Complexity players does leave it just up towards Amanek, who's all on his own, and Config spots him out. He's going to try and look for the frag around the smoke. He can't get it. Amanek will just about stay alive, but 3 more players to find. 41 points of health to do it with. 50 seconds on the clock. Can he find anything here? Molotov's behind him, afraid of a lurk. He pushes forward. Poison, though, with the P250, will close it down. And Complexity will take the series 2-0 against G2.
It's round number 15. And we came in here today. I think predictions across the board were that Heroic was going to take down FaZe Clan. It's round number 15. And we came in here today. I think predictions across the board were that Heroic was going to take down FaZe Clan.
Do you remember Rush's prediction?
99.
Yeah, do you remember?
Harry went 100%.
Yeah,
Never go 100%. Never go 100%.
Look, Rush will have to atone for his sins to Yanko, if anyone.
That's right. We will be having Yanko in on the interview.
So, have fun, Rush. It is only map 1. This could go all 3.
Yes, yes.
Train is definitely still a question mark. We're only joshing if any of you do get a little upset about it all, of course. 15 should be posted here, even with quite a decent buy. It's certainly outmatched pound for pound.
Certainly could be a long day for the players of Heroic and FaZe Clan. Just Eagle Armor hoping to take it into OT. Should this not go to plan, they'll reverse run boost for style points.
Yeah, lots of air there, lots of hang time. So they have mid control, and they have a minute to work with. Smoke towards window, smoke towards connector. Pressure can be applied through apps from Nico. Bit of spam damage done to Stown, but nothing too crazy. Getting set up now. I think the attack will be coming through any second.
Yep.
Over, Molly to follow, and well, Rain's going to handle this.
So far.
It feels too comfortable right now for FaZe.
Yep.
Bomb will go down.
Weird.
So this is the 3rd time in this second half the bomb's gone down.
I'm a little stumped, if I'm honest. This is a bigger picture than just this round. I mean, Heroic can still try and hold on to this, though. Retake now having to come in. Brokey still stands even after the damage was thrown at him. Stown's got one on the cross. The trade comes right back out.
Yeah, time's on their side, unfortunately. They've got plenty of time to get the smoke in. Cadian left to clutch, and if he hits that, now maybe there's a chance. He hits the shot onto Cold Zera, fakes it out in the smoke. Cadian, we can pretty much call it clear now, tucking in, using the time, and Cold just ran out of it. Cadian with the clutch. A 1 versus 3. It ain't pretty. Cold just running out of time. Cost Heroic, or rather cost FaZe Clan the round.
That might be the one round that they need to get this going again. That'll get you fired up, especially if you're in-game leader and one of the most passionate members of this squad. Cadian is pulling out a 1-on-3 situation. So if they're looking for inspiration, that's it right there. And they'll need 5 on the trot here to close this out. Or a phase post 1. Well, overtime could be locked on in. AWP will be out for Cadian. Brokey back on his big green. Kirby sticking with that AUG. Smoke towards connector from Nico here. He's going to just tuck around and keep this mid control single-handedly. So lots of work being done by the in-game leader and star player of FaZe. And Cadian kept on notice. So he's pushed on down to 34 points of health. It looks like the B finish is on the cards with the bomb.
Look at the info. Rain's gone. Nothing Palace. He's pushed up deep. Likely a B finish. Brokey's already got his AWP there, and he's been very influential. He's a B defender. Flashes are coming over now. Down likely to drop one of his, or it's Nico behind Stown. For that second, there's 3 of them. 3 of them dug into that site. Brokey doesn't miss. Gets his first. Boosted up. Should have the element of surprise, and he does. Goes trading. Just all onto Kirby now. And he does find a great shot into 1 and 2. That should be the 15th. Locked and loaded. Bar up to clutch. That's his plan.
Oh, the tighter of the choke points here. Difficult task ahead of him. If he can take out Nico, then yeah, sure, Kirby is low, but this first duel is going to be the most difficult. He gets the right eye peek into the kitchen here.
Oh, that's a big bonus right there.
Nico might think this is completely clear. If he doesn't tuck into bench in time. Oh, no, car crash.
Yeah, that's a disaster. Can't ask for anything worse. Just dropping all the nades in mad panic. Kirby might accidentally give him the fight here. Shouldn't need to. Ooh, good timing.
Good from Kirby.
Yeah, great round. The B defender defends B.
So that's 15 on the board for FaZe here. 1 around from picking up map number 1. And look, I thought with the overlap of map pool here, I would have Heroic backed in on every single one of the maps that they do play, knowing that Dust 2 is their permaban. But FaZe have come out. They're actually playing some good Counter-Strike here after a rocky start. The map, they're now well and truly in the lead. And a bit of tilt there from Tassus. We've seen the good moments. Now I think we're going to see the bad from Heroic. The rocky start in Pro League was a group stage. This here, GSL.
Fast? Yeah, pacey. Here we go. Oh, Nico. Double. Finds it so quick, and Rain still yet to show his hand. Finally shows face, and it's down to just 2 of them left.
Huge win. Looking great for FaZe Clan. It's down trying to say no. It's between him and Cadian. Hard shots to hit. Oh, Kirby's head visible. Doesn't go down. Nico's on that bench in an elevated position, hoping to catch him. And he does. Cadian pays a heavy price for the first frag in this 1v3. And just 1 frag is all FaZe Clan need in order to pick this one up. Lurking around the smoke. Kirby's got a nice little off angle. Should go completely fine. That's it. FaZe Clan take their map pick. Heroic. Going into their turf next. There is any chance for Heroic if FaZe win this pistol. I do think that winning this pistol would be a fantastic way to... There is any chance for Heroic if FaZe win this pistol. I do think that winning this pistol would be a fantastic way to speed run the final map.
Indeed.
That's the Ivy smoke.
Oh, deep one as well. Okay.
Interesting.
So that one's actually going to cover off very, very deep towards the sunny side, and they might use this to go past the backtracks. No one's actually watching the backtracks right now. It's just down on the bomb train.
They've got another smoke for that as well. So now there is an unknowing. They look for the fight. Rain does dink him up and finishes him off. And now they can go towards the outer site. Borup pushing out from E-Box, but he's getting shot in the back of the head. This is really nice. This would be a skybox.
Yeah, still broken. Sorry,
I know, but I'm just saying you'd like this one.
Man, I would love this one.
The second smoke arriving on the old bomb.
Yeah.
Very nifty.
The nerdiness with that. Like, I used to dream about pulling a strategy like that off. This is insane stuff from FaZe here.
Could let it slip away, yeah. Oh, good shots. Rain revealed. Nico has that to deal with, but unfortunately with the kit, no armor, no time. Kirby just doing the safety jiggles. Like the safety dance. It's done all the same. 13-3.
That was cool. I like that. I might make a clip of that when I
Is this
get
the
home.
new phase we're getting to have a
No,
little
it's the
bit more?
phase.
Or is this too
Right.
far?
Hold
Too
up,
far.
Mara.
I get excited. I get excited. I see
Goodness me.
FaZe doing nice
This
smokes.
is-
I see position switches. I see
This is
new
not-
roles. Like, this is exciting.
What this is Heroic feeling a little bit depressed about things because in recent times their name's been dragged through the mud, and they had a pretty bad loss to Astralis, and things aren't, you know, super happy over there. They're also probably feeling a little bit burnt out. FaZe just had 2 weeks to prep and get everything going, so Heroic are having what I'm going to call an off day, and FaZe are having an on day, where they've definitely turned it on and are looking very good. And some of those new looks, it's difficult to predict. You're going in against something unless, as you prefaced earlier, you've practiced against it, you have no idea. And these changes from FaZe, I'm happy with them. I think they've made some good choices in the players they've moved around. It wasn't just Rain having to take the bit roles. They've actually thought about it and considered who might be good for where. And right now, Cadian with another struggling scoreline. I think it was the same or similar score, 3 kills as he went into the second half of Mirage. So we're just having a hard day of it here at Heroic, and FaZe are making this look easy.
Yeah, they absolutely are. This is supposed to be Heroic's map pick, and with the pistol 1, 3 AKs and Naglil in play, only a scouts and SMGs to keep you company. Feels like it could be 14 imminent, but gonna have to see that one manifest though. Ivy the finish. 3 CTs prepared for this. A very passive hold. I mean, look at what Tessis is holding. That's their backtracks hold. That's their Ivy hold if they slip the net of Cadian Scout, which is a foreseeable problem. But they're actually swinging this way. Interesting. So it's a good chance and a good shot from Cadian. A chance for a second as well. Brokey finding 1, but GoldZera immediately out of main, using that ladder to draw more shots and forcing the reload out of Stown. When the repeak, Rain's ready. Borup and Nico with just Deagles are going to be doing their very best to close the gaps. Kierby spotting and confirming that there is still one there. He's going to commit to the plan now. He has some support, and Rain there to keep him at bay. That's the end of that. 14, FaZe.
Oh, wow.
Within touching distance now.
Yeah, and what's crazy is because FaZe played that so late round, you know, sometimes we see teams go for the anti-ecos and they're a little bit quicker. And as soon as they win that bomb site over, they will save. But because that was so late round, Heroic thought, well, we may as well have a crack. We may as well see if we can stop this plant, if we can stop them from taking this yard control. And by doing so, they lost everything. And look at this. This is a tilt situation for Heroic right now. The chips are so far down that they're doing back-to-back CT-sided buys. Right? Obviously, they would be giving away round number 15 otherwise, but at this point it's an all-in, so they don't want to play against overtime the entire time. They want to try and turn it around right now, and let's see what they've got.
So, first challenger to this will be GoldZera, joined by Nico beside him. So who moves first?
Statues now. But Nico with the flash, probably ready to throw as soon as Cadian takes contact, or the
There's a
sound
step.
cue. One of the two.
There's a bit of U-tilt. There's the flash. Blind, but Nico isn't. Oh, baby, this is too good. He's reading it all. Nico does go down to Stown, but you've got to know GoldZera was it.
Yeah, that's a perfect summary of Heroic's half.
Jeez, man. The fact he gets 2 there. How does Nico get 2?
Wipe, full wipe. Brokey's got another. And it looks like 15's a lock-in. Tessus just with the Desert Eagle, giving it his best shot. Very, I mean, it is just a perfect example of when everything's going right. It looks great.
So you guys at home get to see what a $1,900 force buy looks like, what a $2,400 force buy looks like, and now what a $2,900 force buy looks like.
Fun.
They're all very similar, let me tell you. You won't be seeing too many rifles come out to play here. Scouts, SMGs, and then it's just utility that will go up. And yeah, it's a horrible day at the office. So I said that this is the worst streak of maps lost for Heroic with this 5-man. Well, it's going to go up 1 extra map. There's going to be 3 series on the trot that they've now lost. Na'Vi, Astralis, and now FaZe. And 6 maps in a row. All have been 2-0 losses.
Yeah, and I think some of the context to that loss previous to Astralis is definitely going to sting. That's one that you don't forget. Now, back into this game, though. FaZe won away, and they've looked good. I think you're right. It is that balance between the two. Yes, there's been good additions to what FaZe are doing, but Heroic are looking like a shadow of their former selves here. Cadian quiet. We don't see him yelling, you know, roaring his team forward.
I don't want to make any excuses for them, but I'd be feeling a little bit out of juice considering just the events.
They've been gaming.
Yeah, and not only that, before we had these ESL events back-to-back, they were playing in DreamHack events as well in the final against Big.
Yeah.
It's been non-stop for them, and there's still a chance for them to turn it around. There is the lower bracket, but they're a man down here. Round 19. FaZe are looking to take this 16-3. The FaZe name and New York, it has gone hand in hand before.
Almost synonymous with success, but really didn't expect it here today. I think
None of us did. No one predicted
no one.
FaZe.
And I think it's a very fair point. It's why we're so surprised and enjoying what we're seeing, but there it is, comfortable, even though it's meant to be a little bit trickier. Kill by Killer comes in, and now just one away. Nico against the real Nico now. Rain to shut it down, 16-3. FaZe reminding us of who they once were.